Ina Garten holds many titles. The Barefoot Contessa, of course, a businesswoman, a TV personality, a cookbook author. But one thing we know for sure, she is a national treasure.
And now Ina has written a new memoir. It's out today. It's called Be Ready When the Luck Happens. In it, she details her incredible journey from a difficult childhood to becoming beloved around the world. Ina, I know you've been working on this book for a long time, and today's the day. Today's the day that it goes out into the world and into people's hands. How do you feel? It must be kind of like giving birth in a way.
Well, I've been working on it for like 4 or 5 years, and when it's just me, it's fine. But putting it out there was a little scary. Yeah. But I mean, the affection that has come back has been just stunning.
Yeah, what have people said?
They were inspired by a story that I told, that they learned how to do something, or they had the same difficult childhood, and they were inspired by just saying, I'm going to do it differently. I want to have a different life than that. And, or taking chances, having the courage to do something you've always wanted to do, not really knowing how it was going to turn out.
Yeah.
I think that, let's talk about the difficult childhood, because I think that was probably among the most surprising things in the book. I assumed upon meeting you, you're so joyful, and your childhood must have been idyllic, and you probably, but it was anything but that. It was a cold and icy environment, and sometimes violent.
I think I didn't know that other childhoods were different. And then as I grew up and I started sort of sorting it out, and I think meeting Jeffrey was everything, because he really taught me how to be positive and joyful. And it wasn't about who gets to decide. If we want to do two different things, he would always say, okay, let's figure out how we can do both.
Yeah.
And he just has such a positive view of the world.
But what's so amazing is that you have incredible confidence and such an intuition to do these amazing things. Some of the things that I read in the book that I didn't even know, like flying a plane.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
I mean, we all look forward in our lives. We never look back. And doing the memoir was so surprising to me. When I look back, and I thought I was 22, and I marched across the street to this small airport, and I said, I'd like to learn how to fly a plane. And they said to me, I'm sorry, we don't teach girls how to fly planes. And I'm like, haven't you ever heard of Amelia Earhart?
She could teach you a thing or two. Yeah.
And I said to them, well, then I guess you'll have to find somebody who will teach a girl how to fly a plane.
Wait, okay.
Like, where did I have the guts to do that?
Well, that's the thing. So you didn't necessarily have parents who believed in you, but you somehow believed in yourself.
I think I found somebody like Jeffrey, who believed that I could do anything I wanted to do, and that just changed my life. I think we all need to find somebody who really believes in us. It doesn't have to be a lot of people. It has to be one person.
Yeah.
Well, then,
a teacher, a parent, a sibling.
Well, you had your one, and that was Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And that's why what you did there was also kind of remarkable. You'd been with him for 10 years. You'd found your person. He was your whole world and your family. Yet he was viewing you the way you were when you were much younger. He wanted the girl he first met. You've evolved and grown. So you took a risk. You said to him, hey, Jeffrey, this is not working. And for a while, you guys went your separate ways. I mean, that was like basically kind of blowing up the whole world.
It was pretty scary, I have to say, because I loved him through all of it.
Of course.
But I felt that we were playing roles, like he was the husband and I was the wife, and I couldn't get out of those roles. You know, he was the husband, he took care of the finances. I was the wife, I had dinner on the table. I hated that. And so I just said, I just need some time by myself. And I had my business, Barefoot Contessa, and I just said, and he said the thing that I just still can't believe. He said, if you feel like you need to be on your own, you need to be on your own. And of course, how can you not love somebody like that?
Right, who's letting you go.
Well, it was the scariest thing, and you probably did need it, because look at what you've done on your own.
And actually, I think he learned from it, but I also learned from it. I changed from that. So it was really an extraordinary experience. And I look back now, I think, how scary was that?
But see, that's it.
And the rest of my life could have been totally different.
Yeah. I think I believe that you saw that Jeffrey believed in you, and I think somewhere in there is this brave little girl.
There's got to be.
There's a brave little girl.
There's a brave little girl in there, and I think the world is so lucky.
And I think the things, when I look back, are the things that I did with courage, which were scary, are the things that are actually the making of my life. If I hadn't done any of them, it would have been very different.
And I think what's so cool and interesting about you is you didn't have a map, you just kind of tried things. And then you got to see the wonder of life. You weren't on a beeline for, I gotta be this. You were open.
Well, we all grow up with the idea that we should be something or should we do something. We have goals. We're always taught to have goals and try and hit them. And when I look back, I realized I didn't ever have a goal. I just decided what I wanted to do today. I did it as well as I could. And then today I'm going to decide what I'm going to do tomorrow. And it kind of leaves you open to what comes along. And it's always surprising, because if I had said, oh, I wanted to be a cookbook writer when I was 30, I would have thought, that's never happening.
It's actually such great advice for young people growing up, is to stay open.
Is to stay open and not have, I mean, maybe
such a rigid schedule of your life.
Exactly.
Okay, this book is full of life lessons.
We have more.
We're going to get, but we also, can we play a game with you too after our commercial?
Okay.
Do you mind? It's going to be a fun one. It's called Sip or Spill right after this.
Beautiful. I'd love to talk to you if we have time before.
We're back with our good friend Ina Garten, whose memoir, Be Ready When Luck Happens, is out today.
Yes, and one of the things that is so beautiful about having the courage to write this is you've reconnected with your brother, who you really had not been close with.
Right.
What's that been like?
It's just been wonderful, because there were whole decades where we didn't see each other at all. And it's just been interesting just talking to him about my experience when I was a kid. And it turns out it was exactly his experience. We didn't even talk about it when we were kids. So we have something in common that we can really build on.
You have somebody that can know what it was like to live.
And also know that I'm not crazy. Did this really happen?
You know, one of the greatest ironies of the whole thing is that you lived in a house that was not safe or hospitable, to say the least. And now everybody's inviting himself to your house. We've done it.
Begging.
We've done it at least once.
We're invited.
I mean, you've created your own happiness, your own joy.
I did it with total deliberation. I remember when I was 15 and I thought, if I'm dating somebody who someone just raises his voice to me, I'm out of there. And I married somebody who's so kind. I mean, we've never even had a fight.
And did he read the book?
He did read the book. In fact, I waited until it was done, and I think 24 hours before I sent it to my editor, I gave it to him, and he sat down after lunch and thought, you know, I'll read it for a little bit, and then you know, I'll read it tomorrow. And he sat down, he read the entire book straight through. I was like bringing him snacks and and drinks, and he finished it at 7:30, and he said, you know, I lived the whole thing with you, but it was just incredible to read about it.
Gosh, how beautiful is that?
It's a love story. It really is at the end of the day. That's what it is.
I mean, he really taught me how to be in the world, and I'm so grateful. And his positiveness and his sensibility that everybody gets to do what they want to do, and we figure out how to do it together, is just extraordinary.
Remarkable. Should we play a quick game of Sip or Spill? We'll do one question. Okay. I can't even ask the first one because there's nothing. But what is... Fine. They did this to me once, so I feel like I can do it. What does Jeffrey do that... irritates you at all?
Nothing.
Okay, that's what we thought.
Do you have, I do want to know this, do you have the 5-second rule when you're cooking and you drop something on the floor? Do you pick it up?
No, I don't.
You don't put germaphobe.
She's a lady.
Germaphobe.
She's a lady. Okay.
It's on the floor. It goes in the trash.
Okay. You write about the love letters that you and Jeffrey wrote.
Oh,
what's the spiciest? Are you embarrassed for me? Spiciest thing. Oh, I didn't write it. Sean. The spiciest thing.
I am so not about to tell you that.
but it gets spicy?
It definitely gets spicy.
Oh, that's all we need to know.
Okay.
We have one more. In your experience cooking with celebrities, who's the least helpful celebrity?
The least helpful in the kitchen?
Yes.
I cooked with Nathan Lane, who doesn't cook at all. And just as we were getting ready to go on, my producer said, why don't you have him cook and you'll direct him? And he was terrific. He was absolutely terrific. I said, what do you like to eat? He said mussels. So we made mussels with saffron cream. And he took the whole pot home, which is great.
So he was helpful.
He was.
So let's just go ahead.
He was not going to be helpful, but he turned out to be great.
You know, this is why you are a treasure. Yes. That everything is positive and beautiful, and we love you.
Ina, good luck. This is such a great book. I hope everyone buys it.
Yes, and go on. She's on book tour, so go see her. I'm sure everything's sold out.
The book is called Be Ready When the Luck Happens. We have it, of course, at today.com/books. And Ina happens to be, lucky me, my special guest in my latest podcast, Making Space. That'll be out tomorrow. Just scan the QR code. And also, go buy the book. Wherever you get your books.
Go to your local indie bookstore. We love you. Thank you so much.
I love you, too.